Broadcasting Corporation.
6:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Lakshman Fonseca and read by Mario Vijayavardhana. The headlines. The President meets Elon Musk, discusses implementation of Starlink in Sri Lanka. The President instructs to recommence the Suraksha Student Insurance Program. The Chief of Defence Staff General Shavendra Silva urges all citizens to unite under the lion flag and work towards a prosperous future for Sri Lanka. The Buddha Rashmi Vesak Festival commences on the 23rd of May at the Presidential Secretariat premises. The NBRO issues landslide warnings to 7 districts due to the ongoing heavy rainfall. Ukraine tightens mobilization law to stem shortage of soldiers. President Ranil Wickremesinghe has met with billionaire and investor Elon Musk on the sidelines of the 10th World Water Forum. The forum is a high-level meeting that is now being held in Indonesia. During the meeting, Wickremesinghe and Musk have discussed the implementation of the Starlink program in Sri Lanka. The President's Media Division PMD said that it has been emphasized that Sri Lanka is committed to expediting the application process to connect the country to the global Starlink network. Elon Musk arrived in Indonesia's resort island of Bali on Sunday to launch the Starlink satellite internet service in the world's largest archipelago nation. Musk is slated to launch the service alongside Indonesian President Joko Widodo in a ceremony later on Sunday at a public health clinic in Denpasar, the provincial capital of Bali. Musk will also sign an agreement on enhancing connectivity in the country's health and education sectors. President Ranil Wickremesinghe has directed the resumption of the Suraksha Student Insurance Program. The program was temporarily suspended due to economic challenges. Accordingly, all school students across the island will once again be able to benefit from this insurance scheme starting from the first week of June. The Cabinet recently approved a joint Cabinet memorandum presented by President Wickremesinghe as the Minister of Finance. The Suraksha Student Insurance was originally implemented in 2017 by the then Prime Minister based on a concept by President Wickremesinghe. The program aims to ensure continuous education for students affected by health issues and to increase school attendance by safeguarding student safety. With the current economic recovery, President Wickremesinghe has allocated 2,000 million rupees in the 2024 budget to revive the Suraksha Student Insurance Program. In a national address at the 15th National War Heroes Commemoration Ceremony, the Chief of Defence Staff General Shavendra Silva highlighted the role of sacrifice played in achieving economic and social resilience in the country. He emphasized the importance of remembering the fallen heroes and the gallant efforts that brought peace. The address acknowledged the ongoing recovery efforts, mentioning over 12,000 former LTTE cadres who have been reintegrated into society. The Chief of Defence Staff stressed the importance of educating younger generations about the war's hardships and the sacrifices made to secure their current freedom. He urges all citizens to unite under the lion flag and work towards a prosperous future for Sri Lanka. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The Buddha Rashmi Vesak Festival will take place on the 23rd of May, the 24th, the 25th and the 26th at the Presidential Secretariat premises at the Shangri-La Green Grounds and the Gangaramaya Temple. The festival is jointly organized by the Colombo Gangaramaya Temple, the Presidential Secretariat, the Prime Minister's Office and the Mahakaruna Buddhist Association of Singapore. The Vesak Festival will feature a giant Vesak Pandal, Vesak lanterns, an exhibition, Bakshi Gi, Vesak Dansal, Tovil and Devul Madu, Shanti Karma, flower parades, meditation programs, Virid recitals, decorations of lights and various cultural events. The organizers said a rice dansala and a biscuit, tea and dansals will be available on the 23rd of May, the 24th of May and the 25th of May from 7 p.m. near the Presidential Secretariat. The National Building Research Organisation NBRO has issued landslide warnings to 7 districts due to the ongoing heavy rainfall. The warnings have been issued effective from 3 a.m. today to 3 a.m. tomorrow. Accordingly, the warning notices under Level 2 have been issued to the Alla Divisional Secretariats of the Badulla district. The landslide warning announcement under Level 1 include the Badulla district and 33 Divisional Secretariat divisions in the Kandy, Kayagalla, Rathnapula, Kadutara, Colombo and Gampaha districts.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
The prevailing showery and windy conditions are expected to enhance further during the next few days. Heavy showers above 100 millimeters are likely at some places in the western Sabaragamu and the northwestern provinces and in the Galla, Matara, Kandy and Nuvara Elia districts. The Met Department has issued a red alert warning of heavy rains for the western Sabaragamu and northwestern provinces and for the Galla, Matara, Kandy, Nuvara Elia and Mana districts today. Due to the pre-monsoonal conditions over the country and the surrounding sea areas, the prevailing showery conditions are likely to continue further.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
And now in Watchlight, the small fishing boats along the coasts of Mana to Colombo via Galla, Hambantota to Puttuvilla, Lampara advised not to venture out to sea from 12 noon today until further notice. The advisory was issued by the Director of the Department of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources due to the prevailing inclement weather conditions. The Met Department said the sea areas extending from Beruvilla to Puttuvilla via Galla and Hambantota will be very rough at times, and the sea areas extending from Kalpite to Beruvilla via Colombo will be rough at times. That came to you in Watchlight. In world news headlines now. Ukraine tightens mobilization law to stem shortage of soldiers. Russia's glide bombs devastating Ukraine cities. China pours billions into crisis-hit property market. Ukraine has tightened its laws on military mobilization to address an acute shortage of soldiers. Following the Russian invasion, Ukrainian men aged 18 to 60 have been banned from leaving the country. The mobilization laws that came into effect on Saturday stipulates that men in the eligible age group must now register their address and other personal information with the military within 60 days. The measure is meant to prevent draft dodging and comes after Ukraine lowered its mobilization age last month from the 27 age gap to 25. An independent media outlet conducted a survey in January and February, canvassing Ukrainian men between the ages of 18 and 55. 18% of respondents said the mobilization is unnecessary, while more than 80% said mobilization is necessary but must be conducted fairly. Russia is increasingly using glide bombs to advance its offensive in Ukraine. More than 200 of them are thought to have been used in just a week to pound Ukraine's northern town of Volchskansk during Russia's current cross-border advance near Kharkiv. President Volodymyr Zelensky said 3,000 such bombs were dropped in the country in March alone. Volchskank's police office chief Alexei Kharkivsky has seen the impact of glide bombs up close. The mass use of glide bombs by Russia is a relatively recent development, one that has proven devastating for Ukrainian forces in recent months. Glide bombs are built by adding fold-out wings and satellite navigation to old Soviet bombs. They are cheap but destructive. Chinese authorities have unveiled their most significant steps yet to address a crisis that has been dragging on the country's property sector in recent years. The new measures include cutting the amount home buyers need for a deposit and encouraging local authorities to purchase unsold property. Problems in China's property market are having a major impact on the world's second largest economy, as the industry had been a key driver of growth until recently. The People's Bank of China said it would set up a 300 billion yuan facility to support affordable housing. The money would be aimed to support local state-owned enterprises to buy unsold homes, said Tao Mo-ling, a deputy governor of the central bank, at a news briefing. And now the main points of the world news segment. Ukraine tightens mobilization law to stem shortage of soldiers. Russia's glide bombs devastating Ukraine cities. China pours billions into crisis-hit property market.
Development news.
The Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority (SLTDA) plans to establish 9 provincial tourism units as part of a tourism development plan. The SLTDA chairman Priyantha Fernando said the move is aimed at catering to sustainable tourism development at the provincial level. He revealed that although the provincial tourism units had already been established, they had thus far lacked the requisite resources to make these operational. He further revealed that under the tourism development plan, they would seek to get the local communities involved together with local governments and provincial tourism units.
Moving on with sports news.
In the Asian Relay Championships, Sri Lanka and the team for the first Asian Relay Championships in Bangkok, Thailand on May 20th and 21st will leave with director coaching I M Ranasinghe and the team Dr. Dhammika Senanayake. However, 20-year-old Tarushi Kannaratne, who was the key member of the women's 400-meter relay team, pulled out from the tour due to an injury. With this missed 2 opportunities, Tarushi has 2 more meets to collect points for the Olympic qualification. In the Canada Women's World Rugby Series, Canada claimed a first-ever win over New Zealand to overtake them and move into the second behind England in World Rugby's women's rankings. The defeat for the Black Ferns in the 18th meeting between the sides sees them drop out of the top 2 in the rankings for the first time. Fancy Bermudez scored twice, once in each half in the 22-21 win as Canada secured the Pacific 4 Series title in Christchurch despite having scrum half Olivia Absinbind 10 minutes from time. New Zealand took an early lead through Kathleen Vahakolo, and the winger scored again on 23 minutes to extend her side's advantage to 14-3 with Ruhaiye Demore converting both.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු වීන හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The Sri Lanka Institute of Textile and Apparel SLITA announces that the new intake for the Advanced Diploma in Industrial Engineering courses starts in June. Applications are open from the 19th of May to 30th of June 2024, and it should read as starts in June rather. Courses will be stated on the 1st of July at the SLITA Institute Ratmalana after courses will commence on the 1st. The course fee of 170,000 rupees and the payment can be made by an installment basis. The SLITA requests interested candidates to send their birth certificates, education certificates and experience letters for registration. More details can be obtained by dialing the number 07045206663 or from the SLITA website. The Sri Lanka Institute of Textile and Apparel comes under the purview of the Ministry of Industry and Commerce and is authorized by the new Act to grant diplomas and degrees at the graduate and postgraduate levels.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු වීන හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
And now in economic news, the Economic Transformation Bill will be presented to Parliament on the 22nd Wednesday. The Minister of Justice, Dr. Vijay Das Rajapaksa, says that plans were underway to present the bill to Parliament on Wednesday for its first reading. He stated following the economic crisis in 2022, the government undertook an ambitious drive to reform the country's law to cater to the required economic transformation. On Monday, the 13th, the Cabinet of Ministers approved the proposal submitted by President Ranil Wickremesinghe as the Minister of Finance to publish the Economic Transformation Draft Bill in the Government Gazette notification and presented to Parliament for approval.
Weather report.
The Met Department has issued a red alert warning of heavy rains for the western Sabaragama, northwestern provinces and for the Gala, Mathura, Kandiduvara, Elia and Mana districts today. The Met Department said the prevailing showery conditions are likely to continue further due to the pre-monsoonal conditions over the country and the surrounding sea areas. Meanwhile, very heavy showers above 150 millimeters are likely at some places in the western and northwestern provinces, while heavy showers above 100 millimeters are likely at some places in the Sabaragama province and the Gala, Mathura, Kandiduvara, Elia and Mana districts, the advisory issues. And now the main points of this main news broadcast. The President meets Elon Musk, discusses implementation of Starlink in Sri Lanka. The President instructs to recommence the Suraksha Student Insurance Program. The Chief of Defence Staff, General Shavendra Silva, urges all citizens to unite under the Lion flag and work towards a prosperous future for Sri Lanka. The Buddha Rasmi Vesak Festival commences on the 23rd of May at the Presidential Secretariat premises. The NBRO issues landslide warnings to 7 districts due to the ongoing heavy rainfall. Ukraine tightens mobilization laws to stem shortage of soldiers. That concludes this news broadcast. You are with Radio Radio Sri Lanka on a very rainy Sunday evening.